Hello and welcome to what will be our first Pokemon video, normal Pokemon video I should say, for the ranked gameplay. So I've built up a competitive team that I am reasonably happy with. It might not be the best as far as coverage goes for double battles and stuff, but I've had quite a bit of fun with it and I think it's definitely worth giving it a good go. Make sure we enable all that, which should be good. So we are running through beginner tier, which is fine. So here's the team at the moment. So Darumaka, Dracobolt, Trinitar, Excadrill, blanked on his name now. I don't even remember the little form is Toxel, but I'll find it in a minute. And Center Scorcher, as you can see with the items, mostly focusing on a pretty not rounded team, but decent setup, I think, overall. Excadrill in particular is set up as our kind of stealth rock setter if we want to put him in. He's also a good ground cover along with Trinitar. They do work together quite nicely. Center Scorcher with heavy boots is great if I do see that I might be coming up against something that can set on me. Then we've got, of course, high DPS targets, which are, of course, Darumaka, Dracobolt, and our Electric there, so should be overall pretty rounded. It has been, of course, EV trained, IV statted, natured, and itemed, exactly as you'd want for a competitive team. I will leave the details of the team in the link in the description below so you guys can check out the exact details of what I've done to them. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how this has gone. I do have plans to mess around with the team and adjust things more and just work on it overall and get into the competitive battling scene a little bit. It's a fun place to be and I always liked it. I just never really had the drive or push to do it. So we have only played 2 battles previous to this, 1 win and 1 loss. My first loss was mainly due to poor team management, and I'm no expert when it comes to competitive Pokemon. I am pretty novice. I always was good at breeding. I did that from basically Gen 6 up as far as competitive stats and stuff went. But not very good at building a nice rounded team. I'm kind of just getting into that side of it. So hopefully you guys can bear with me for a while we work our way up. So we did find an opposing trainer in the rank 1, so don't expect anything to be super crazy. We should probably check the opponent's team first. That looks like a pretty standard team that I've seen going around so far. Dracobolt is a heavy counter. They're probably going to go for the Tailwind, which will give me a good setup if I can get Darumaka off. So that might be the way to go. And then set up as my back end. Well, maybe I go Excadrill because they're going to have some decent damage on something like Arcanine if they don't put it in immediately. And the rest of the team looks pretty straightforward. So maybe we go Darumaka, Excadrill, Dracobolt, and then we might go with the Electric. Because only really the Excadrill that's going to be a hard target for it, although it's got Boom Burst. So that should work fine. So we'll send these 2 in. And then we'll go for probably the... If I go heavy, I might go for the heavy DPS this time around. And we'll see how we go with that. Like I said, still getting used to it. So I've got a lot to learn. So hopefully you guys can learn with me. It should be a little bit of fun, that's for sure. I always enjoyed the breeding of competitive Pokemon, so getting into the actual use of them should be a lot more interesting. Yep, so pretty predictable that Wismacut was going to be one of the first things to come in here. Darumaka's got it pretty rough, but since we're both setting Mold Breaker here, there's not really anything that's a problem. So, substitute early. Usually a good move. Could go with the Earthquake, although it hits everything, not what I want. So we might just set Stealth Rock. We've got Focus Sash on Excadrill just in case they try to one-hit it. Hopefully that won't be a problem. I'm hoping to get Darumaka up, set up with Zen Mode, because it's very easy to sweep when that is set up. So I found that going Substitute Belly Drum is the good combination. And I believe it's a fairly popular Pokemon too, so it makes sense. And I definitely want to work on more interesting things. I've got Marini there that I've got to level up in Toxapex and work on its competitive set. I always liked that Pokemon when I messed around with it too, so we've got some interesting stuff that I want to work on. Ferrothorn as well, another Pokemon I've messed around with a lot. Maybe some Trick Room stuff. I've got a lot of things I'd like to try out and get used to. Some of them are just getting Pokemon with hidden abilities and stuff really nicely. Like, I'd love to get a Solar Power Charizard. Stuff like that. Should be a lot of fun. Because I'm mostly in it for the enjoyment. They go for Max Quake, which is rough. Yep, Excadrill gets to hang on, which is great. That's why we Focus Sashed it. And now we can get our setup on. Okay, so we get the substitute basically for free there, which is fine. It does put us a little bit behind though, but it means we should be able to get the belly drum off, no problem. And Stealth Rock at least gives us some setup here. So belly drum probably is the best bet. No point using Dynamax because I'm just going to lose this. So we might Rock Tomb. It's most likely going to be one of their targets that they're going to take out, so we may as well lose it here. So let's see, which one are they hitting? The substitute. Okay, maybe they're going to target Darumaka. It would make sense, but it's a little disappointed that that means we're probably going to lose Darumaka here. Yep. I couldn't really outspeed that Excadrill either. Just disappointing. Alright, what have I got to take out that Excadrill now? Really just Dracopole, I think. Alright, so maybe Dracopole with the Dynamax. It is fast, which is a bonus. But their Tailwind might beat us out. Honestly, to be expected, Tailwind is pretty powerful. Let's see. If I go max Phantasm, I could probably avoid it. No, max Phantasm. I'm not really sure how I want to do this. Probably have to do that. Unfortunately, that will hit because it's just not protected from it. So I don't really have a setup for protection when it comes to Earthquake yet. But we have got Life Orb on this, so it should deal some decent damage. Well, I don't see us easily winning this. We're going to definitely give them a run for their money. That's for sure. Yep, there goes the Excadrill. Pretty predictable. Although using the max move on it seems rough. Probably one of that Sandstorm. And I suppose I should have thought about the Moonblast coverage there, but I can't really do much to deal with this, so I'm not really sure what I was meant to do in the end. We just end up with a bad pick, I think. I'm not really sure what I should have went for there. Because I've only got Toxtricity now, and I'm not really any good way to deal with this. At least the Dynamax for them is over, and we've still got at least one more turn, hopefully. Although they are, I think, outspeeding us still. I think I go for a Max Guard here. And we take out the Excadrill with Drain Punch, hopefully. Although we're probably going to lose it, so... because of their speed. Yep. Oh, so that didn't work out in our favour at all. The only really thing I did was hopefully block that Moonblast. That's really all I had. So this is definitely a loss for us. Max Darkness. Why not? Not as good as Max Phantasm, to be honest, but I've resigned myself to losing this match at this point. Hopefully our next one will be a bit better. Tailwind is definitely something I think I want to get. I want to do a Whispercot as well. At some point, I guess. I mean, there's going to be some awesome Pokemon going forward to mess around with. Whispercot is just super powerful as a setup. And it deals with a lot of the dragon types, of course, quite easily with Moonblast, so... Without bringing a decent fire one, it's hard to deal with. Fire or ice, I guess, but... Darumaka was taken out super early. Okay. So yeah, what did they have? So they had the Infiltrator. Whispercot Focus Sash makes sense. Dracovish, which is really powerful. Life Orb Excadrill. So I could set up something similar to that for my own. I think that's what I'd do. Replace Excadrill with Whispercot as a part of my setup. Since I got ground and rock cover with Tyranitar. An opposing trainer has been found. Battle against. Alright. I suppose I better check the team. Looks like they're going for a very similar idea. This time, no crazy Excadrill play, I don't think, here. Like, the Excadrill's there, but no Whispercot to back it up. Maybe they're going for the Bravery, I think, with Tailwind. I think that thing can have it, so... Maybe I go for the Toxtricity and Darumaka play. Although it's going to be a hard counter against me. But we'll go this way. There we go. That way I'm not putting Dracopult in against something like Sylveon or Dracopult. Because it's just going to be a 1-for-1 there. If I end up going that way. I think I want to go for the immediate Dynamax. It just depends on what our opponent actually picked for their opener. So, Tyranitar, Bravery. Bravery, of course, like we mentioned, probably going to go for Tailwind for early setup. They've already got the Sandstream off, which is a good start, to be honest. Alright, so... Like, Shift Gears is great if you can get it off early. I just really need to hit hard, I think. And that's where Max Lightning will be good. Take out the big guy. And maybe try and set up Substitute. I think that's going to be my best move. Alright. Big guy's in, let's go for it. Toxtricity. Max Lightning. Depends on speed, of course. As predicted, they go for their own Dynamax. Now it's a matter of, is it Tyranitar's Dynamax or is it Bravery's Dynamax? Tyranitar Dynamax, interesting. It's a good counter, that's for sure. Especially if they go for Earthquake as an opener, but it's reasonably slow, so hopefully we get first move. Yeah, see, Darumaka was set up really good for speed here. So a good early substitute. The Tailwind still gets set up because I get outsped. And Max Rockfort. How does Tyranitar outspeed me, to be honest? At least we got the substitute up, which is good. And it looks like I can outspeed, so if I want to go for substitute again, I just can and not worry about Belly Drum this time around. That'll bait out pretty nicely then. And we get one off the board immediately with Max Lightning. And set up a nice electric train. Alright, this match is a little bit better for us right now. I'm not liking the look of the Tyranitar, but should be okay. Alright, what are they sending in? Excadrill. So that kind of cripples us as far as what we can do here goes. I can hit the Tyranitar for a super effective move. Probably have to go substitute again though. It's not the best way to try and sweep this, but Hopefully this will work. They do give you some awesome camera angles, that's for sure, when you're waiting. See, horsepower was crazy. And so fast. It's got to be a priority, surely. Like, high horsepower is insane. And max rockfall now goes off. Like, what is up with that speed? What's up with the speed set? I suppose the tailwind is what gave them the advantage then, but like, tailwind is so crippling against me, and I don't really have any way to do anything about it. And their Dynamax ends next turn, so we're still probably send a Scorcher here, which sucks. I definitely need a Tailwind setter. Leech Life, maybe. Because if it survives, I get something out of it at least. Earthquake's too damaging. Rock Slide, not very effective. Does hit both of them, so that's okay. And of course they use Rock Slide, because why not? Oh, Center Scorcher almost died. Max Knuckle on Tyranitar. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna definitely lose again. I actually was doing okay the other day, like 1 for 1. I felt like that was alright, and I felt like those matches were close. This one just feels so rough. We're going up against like these Japanese not pro teams, but like really crazy teams that are all Tailwind setters, and without a Tailwind setter myself, I just fall behind, I guess. Such is the way of Pokemon, I guess. If you don't keep up, you get shipped out. So 3 turns there. Tailwind's still active for another turn, which means I'm going to get outsped no matter what I do here. So I can't avoid damage. So Center Scorcher is going to go down, and we are going to lose, but... we took out the Bravery at least for 1 hit. Oh, we avoided that. How did we avoid that? Oh, we didn't avoid the second one, but just avoiding that first one was great luck on our part there. Alright, fair enough. You can have it. You'll win. I mean, I am in Australia, which means the time zone-wise, I'm most likely going to be going up against Japanese players. That'll be the most common people we match against. I think next video I'll definitely be bringing a Tailwind setter as early as possible. I just want to check out what they had. Yeah, so Focus Touch X-Drill, similar to what I'm using. Pixie Plate, interesting. I mean, it makes sense with Pixelate as well. Nice, yeah. That's a really good one. I actually wouldn't mind building my own one for that. I think it's Chinese, not Japanese, right now. Is it? CHS should be Chinese, surely. It's just the characters threw me off for a little bit. So yeah, Life Orb, Citrus Berry. Life Orb Tyranitar sounds okay, and it's basically would be the same variation I'm using, just with instead of Assault Vest. Although theirs is probably... Well, let's take a quick look. Theirs should be Spect. EV-wise, probably a bit different to mine, because mine's mostly kind of in-betweenish, I guess. Alright, we'll give it at least 1 more for this video. Even if it's all losses, that's how the cookie crumbles. It's all learning for me right now. I have been following a few guys on YouTube trying to learn a little bit, and Tailwind definitely is a really powerful way to start off a doubles battle. So I think I'm definitely going to have to include something. The Bravery does seem like an okay one for Tailwind, although I think I'm leaning towards Wismacotte personally. I really like the Darumaka, but it always seems to get completely clobbered. Wow. That is all ghosts, right? Yeah. Except for Sableye. I don't think Sableye is a ghost, is it? Even if it is. We should have pretty decent matchup here. I've got some decent dark moves. I should be able to start with Darumaka quite easily, hopefully. It's going to be a matter of speed, I guess. Tyranitar will actually be quite good, since it should be able to body stuff pretty well. And Dragopole is powerful, so we'll just take him anyway. And we might even take Troctricity, since most ghosts are reasonably frail. And the only real trouble here is Cursor, which I am going to build my own Corsola too at some point. Don't know if I'm going to go the Cursor route though. I'm going to probably go the Corsola route over the Cursor. Eva like Cursor sounds really cool. And they even got like all their eye color and everything set up like Ghost like. That's pretty awesome. To see a full like Ghost team, I gotta give them credit, like that is pretty cool. Now I don't know if this was the right choice for Pokemon, but we'll see. So we'll go for the substitute here. Then we'll go for the Dynamax. We either go Max Darkness or Max Phantasm here. Which one has more damage here, actually? Max Darkness is more damage. And it lowers special defense. Which is fine. Since I'm going to lose out no matter what here, I may as well take out Cursor. Because that means at least I only should lose Tyranitar to it, and I still get its 3-turn count. So I should get full Dynamax advantage out of it and be able to take out at least 2 to 3 Pokemon, hopefully. If things go my way. That's what I hope at least, so we'll see how that goes. But there are some awesome teams you can build, and like this Ghost team looks cool. Whether it's actually good is another story, but it looks cool. Dive Ball too. Didn't really take much notice of that to start with. Alright. And they went for the Dynamax Cursor. Interesting. Probably for the bulk, I'd have to assume, although I believe it becomes a pretty big glass cannon when it's evoed compared to Corsola form. That used Protect. Luckily, I'm not targeting it in any way, shape, or form. So that's pretty much a waste of a turn on that one. And my substitute went off well. Hopefully Belly Drum can do the same thing. Max Darkness. One-hit kill on the Dynamax. That's what we're looking for. That worked perfectly. I don't know if that was a actual dangerous Cursor or not. I don't think it was, because it didn't say I actually got inflicted with anything. Like a Perish Song style effect. I would have expected it to say, you know, you die in 3 turns or something. I haven't obviously come up against it before, so I can't say I've seen it. Sableye, that's fine. I'm going to go for Belly Drum, because I feel like that's a safe bet here. And I do want to try and take out Sableye, but super effective, Max Rockfall. Yeah, so I've kind of just got to take it on the head, I think. I'll go with the Max Darkness again, and we'll hit the Ghost there. So these are the kind of games I like. We are going up against a pretty gimmicky Ghost team, so we had a bit of an edge. We're not going up like a super rounded out team. Fake out. Don't believe you can fake out Dynamax. Like, properly. Oh, no way. Tyranitar's frozen solid. What are the odds right there? Alright, Belly Drum. Now we still sweep. Like, we sweep like no tomorrow now. And we eat our berry for speed, so we get extra speed stats. So we can actually outspeed now, I hope. I can't believe Tyranitar got frozen solid though. The only problem now is the sandstorm that we're taking damage from, but we should be able to at least sweep out one of these before then. Alright, Zen mode. So this thing is weak. Substitute is great because it means we should go off, no problem. With at least one good attack here. But the fact that I've now been frozen is horrible. I've just got to hope I can pull this off. I mean, if we lose Tyranitar, we lose Tyranitar. I just don't want to lose Darumaka until we've at least swept here. And of course the Protect is not good for us. Failed, that's fine. My Fire Punch will of course fail. Which is, again, not that bad. Thought out, nice. Max Darkness. Okay, I targeted Sableye. And we still get the special defense decreases. Oh, what's that? Healing? Okay, fair enough. Citrus berry healing. We only get so many turns when we're in a sandstorm, so... We should at least knock that out next, so we don't have to deal with the Frostlass there. Because the Protect shouldn't hopefully work. So Rock Slide will hit both. This is actually not bad, just in case. And we shouldn't lose Tyranitar. Because it's pretty bulky with an Assault Vest, so... hopefully we can take a few hits. We've both used Dynamax now and we're all out. Will-O-Wisp doesn't affect Tyranitar, which is good. Fire Punch goes off without a hitch. So we're 2 out of 4 done. And we're probably going to get this Rock Slide to hit at least the Sableye now. For pretty okay damage, I guess. It's not perfect. We are going to lose... no, we did not lose Darmanitan there. 2 health. Impressive. So he's probably going to be able to sweep something now. Completely out. Like, Darmanitan is a massive sweeper in Zen mode. And against a Angle Slash here is perfect. Because even with Shield, like, Knight's Shield is all I've got to worry about now. It's actually a huge worry because if they're going Knight's Shield, I just outright lose against that. I don't even think I can do much to check them out either, so... do I Fire Punch it anyway? Because Tyranitar's probably going to take out Sableye no matter what here. I guess that's all I can do. I'm probably going to lose, yeah. So King's Shield. So we're not going to get the damage off, so Darmanitan's a little disappointing. The Will-O-Wisp doesn't affect me, so I don't know why they kept going for that, to be honest. I guess they don't have any moves that affect me, that would be my guess. And I can just crunch Sableye. So, predictably, I lose 1 Pokemon. But now, the Sandstorm's finally... oh, Sandstorm, wait, Sandstorm's over, which means Darmanitan survives with 2 health, right? Oh my god, perfect timing. I thought I was going to lose it to the Sandstorm. That is absolutely awesome. Alright, Shadow Claw or... Crunch is actually better, straight up better, isn't it? Ah, cancelled the game. Damn, I wanted to finish him off, but obviously they expected they couldn't get past me at that point. That's alright. That's pretty good. I quite enjoyed that. Let's check out what he had, because I'm actually, well, she, he, whichever one, really interested in their layout of their stats and stuff. So, basic Snow Cloak, some pretty straightforward ability stuff here. Protect being the big one. I'm actually interested what this had. So, of course, Sacred Sword and Night King's Shield are pretty common. Iron-Headed Wide Guard. That's okay. And obviously stance change, because you can't have anything else, I don't think. Air Balloon makes sense. Protects Chandelier from ground-type move. Fire. Cursor. So, Zoom Lens and Perish Body. When hit with a move that makes direct contact, the Pokemon and the attacker faint 3 turns... yeah, the Pokemon and the attacker faint 3 turns, unless they switch out of battle. So my guess is if you take out Cursor, you don't lose anything, or don't contract it, because I'm pretty sure I still deal physical damage. Interesting. Moonball Sableye, nice. With a Citrus Berry. And what do they have left? Gengar. Yeah, just Gengar, which we obviously didn't get to see, but it's a Focus Sash... ooh, Focus Sash Gengar, with... pretty standard stuff. Dazzling Gleam being the big one because the fairy type move is nice. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely enjoyed making it. Those 2 games were pretty rough because we were coming up against Tailwind sets. The rest was actually pretty okay and I was reasonably happy with it. So if you guys did enjoy this, be sure to check out more of this content. I definitely plan on making some more as it's a fair bit of fun and something simple for me to do and go over. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Till next time guys, see ya.